Attention duelists. I have some big news about today's stream, which is probably going to be the shortest watch and learn I ever do. Because when I woke up this morning, my internet was not working, so I was unable to start this earlier than I am right now. And I have to leave to go to real people work in about less than half an hour. So that's fun. So in the spirit of the speed run, let's get right into the watching and the learning. And let's see if either actually happens. Alright, looks like we have branded Despia. Activate branded opening, pitching super polymerization to summon Aliber the Jester. Aliber's effect will be negated by the opponent's Ash Blossom. Not a great opening for the Despia player. They are forced to pass their turn. Passing to the opponent summons Cyber Dragon, or Cyber Dragon Core, and they use their own Ash Blossom on it, but the opponent will hit it with a cross-out Designator. So Cyber Core's effect will resolve. Core adds a Cyber Emergency to hand, which will then be activated, and they'll add a Cyber Dragon to hand. They activate Cyber Rev System to summon the Cyber Dragon from their hand, and then Core and Cyber are going to link together to make Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Verte will use its effect to send Overload Fusion, which will fuse the Core and the Cyber Dragon from the graveyard, to make Chimeratech Rampage Dragon. Rampage Dragon will send a Cyber Dragon, hers, and Core to the graveyard. Verte will attack over the Aliber. Rampage Dragon will attack 3 times directly. And then they will pass turn back to the Despia player. They could make a comeback here. They activate Branded Opening, and the Cyber Dragon player will hit them with a Max C. Branded Opening will bring out Aliber, and Aliber will be able to add Branded Fusion this time. Going into main phase 1 now, they will activate Branded Fusion, sending away Fallen of Albaz and Despian Tragedy. Here comes the combo. They make Lubellion, the Searing Dragon. Lubellion will use its effect, pitching the Mercurier in their hand, and Despian Tragedy will activate in response. Tragedy will add the 3rd Aliber to the hand. Lubellion will fuse itself and Fallen of Albaz to make Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade will then use its effect, sending Albion to the graveyard to banish the Chimeratech Rampage Dragon. The Despia player will pass their turn, but during the end phase, Albion will set branded in red. Cyber Dragon Core banishes itself from the opponent's graveyard to summon out a Cyber Dragon Hers. And then Hers will be used as 1 link material to make Relinquished Anima, pointing at Mirror Jade. Hers effect will activate in the graveyard, and the opponent will chain branded in red. And the Cyber Dragon player will activate another Max C. Really filling up on resources here. It might just be enough. Branded in red will add the player's Ad Libitum back from the graveyard to their hand. They will then fuse Mirror Jade with Ad Libitum and the Aliber in their hands to make Guardian Chimera. Cyber Dragon Hers effect will add a Cyber Dragon to hand. Chimera's effect will activate, as will Ad Libitum, targeting Mirror Jade. Ad Libitum will summon back the Mirror Jade. It can use its effect once again this turn. Despian, or Chimera, will allow the player to draw 2 and then pop 1. Player will special summon a Cyber Dragon, and then the opponent will immediately banish it with Mirror Jade. Player summons a 3rd Cyber Dragon, activates Cyber Emergency, and adds Nashter to hand. Nashter will discard Nibiru to summon itself. Then Cyber Dragon and Nashter are going to link together to make Cyber Dragon Seeger. Going into battle, Seeger will double its attack points and enable it to swing over the Chimera. Because a fusion monster was destroyed, Aliber will summon itself back to the field, and then negate Seeger's effect for the rest of the turn. Titaniclad, which was sent away by Mirror Jade's effect, will summon Albaz from the deck, and then Albaz will infuse itself with the opponent's Cyber Dragon Seeger, making Albion the branded dragon. During the end phase, Albion will fuse Titaniclad from the graveyard and Aliber the Jester for a Masquerade Blazing Dragon. Passes turn to the Despia player. They have made a comeback. Player attempts to swing with Mirror Jade, and opponent will activate Forbidden Droplet, targeting all of the player's attack position monsters, which, while it does have their attack points, it is not enough to make a difference. Despia player swings for game. Let's go next. We have a Cubic player, it looks like. They activate Foolish Burial Goods, which will be hit by the opponent's Ash Blossom. Then they activate Pot of Prosperity. After the Ash Blossom has already been used, their opponent will activate Max C, and they banish 6 for Prosperity. Max C will resolve. Pot of Prosperity lets them look at the top 6. And they'll add Pot of Extravagance. They summon Fiendish Rando Warrior and attempt to swing over their opponent's monster, which is an Ecclesia the Virtuous, who has more defense than Rhino Warrior has attack. During their opponent's turn, Ecclesia will tribute herself to bring out Sword Soul of Mo Ye, who will also summon a token by revealing the Sword Soul Blackout in their hand. Tiny Spirit of Ajuna will banish itself to attempt to activate its effect, and the player will hit it with a Max C. Max C will resolve, as will Ashuna. Ashuna summons Tiny Spirit Vishuda. Moye and the token are going to sync together to make Sword Soul Grandmaster Chishao. Chishao's effect and Moye's will activate, but an effect veiler on the Chishao, so he does not get to add a card of his choice. Moye will enable a draw. Chishao negated. Player activates Sword Soul Emergence to add Sword Soul of Taya to their hand. They will summon Taya. Taya swings over the Rhino Warrior. Rhino Warrior, when it's sent to the graveyard, will send away a Lava Golem from the deck. And then Chishao will swing directly. During main phase 2, Taya will banish the Moye to summon a token. And then those two will sync together to make Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. Sword Soul of Taya will send away a Sword Soul Blackout to the graveyard. And it passes back to the Cubic player. Cubic player activates Pot of Extravagance. They summon Duza, the Cubic Vessel. And the opponent will activate the effect of Draco Berserker in response, banishing it, but not negating it, and Cubic Karma is sent to the graveyard. Cubic Karma will banish itself. The opponent will activate Chishao's effect, banishing one of his own cards and negating the effect of his own Vishuda. Blackout, for being banished, will summon a token. He will reveal 3 Cubic cards with different names to summon Crimson Nova. He will do this again to summon another Crimson Nova. And a third time for his third Crimson Nova. Then he activates Cubic Wave. Crimson Nova gains the stats that Draco Berserker had, and halves Draco Berserker in response. Cubic gets to swing again over to Shao. During the end phase, the Cubic will burn both players for 3,000, but the opponent first, which gets the Cubic player the win. Cubic wins out over Sword Soul. Ah, looks like we have a self-destruct deck. Activating Cybernetic Fusion support, paying half their life points. They summon Malevolent Mech Goku, and then they special summon Garbage Lord by its own effect. Goku blows itself up, deals 2,400 to the self. Alright, we got another Cyber Dragon player. Their opponent activates Upstart Goblin. Summons Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk turns itself to defense mode. Pitches Cursed Bamboo Sword, which when pitched will add Golden Bamboo Sword to hand. And they summon Treasure Panda off Summoner Monk. They activate Cursed Bamboo Sword again, equipping it to Summoner Monk. Activate Golden Bamboo Sword, which when activated and a Bamboo Sword's on field, lets them draw 2. Treasure Panda will banish 1 spell card to summon Flammable Guard, and then they activate Chicken Game. They pay 1,000 to draw a card, activate another Chicken Game, pay another 1,000 to draw a card, activate another Golden Bamboo Sword, activate Terraforming, adding their 3rd Chicken Game, activate the Chicken Game, pay another 1,000, draw another card. Activate Foolish Burial of Goods, sending away a Cursed Bamboo Sword. Cursed Bamboo Sword adds another Golden Bamboo Sword to hand. Activate Golden Bamboo Sword, draw 2. Treasure Panda will banish 1 to summon a Arm of Exodia. It banishes another to summon the other arm. Then they activate Wonder Wand, equipping it to the arm. Tribute Wonder Wand and the card to draw 2. Flammable Guard and Left Arm of Forbidden Wand will sync together to make Formula Synchron. Formula Synchron lets player draw 1. Activates 1 Day of Peace, both players draw 1. Formula Synchron and Summoner Monk are going to sync together to make Stardust Charge Warrior. They get to draw another card due to Charge Warrior. Cursed Bamboo Sword was sent to the graveyard, so adds another Bamboo Sword to hand. Adding a Broken Bamboo Sword. Player activates Upstart Goblin, draws again. Activates Cursed Factory of Dark Factory of Mass Production to re-add the Arms of Exodia to their hand. And they've gotten all 5 pieces. Exodia, obliterate. Cyber Dragon player never got to play a card. And we got a Sword Soul player, activates Emergence, adds Taya to hand, summons Taya. Taya banishes the Emergence to summon a token. Makes Chishao. Chishao uses its effect, and Taya will chain. But they will activate the effect of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring on the Taya. Taya is negated. Chishao will add one of their choice. Add Sword Soul Sacred Summit. They set an Imperm and pass, a weak opener for Sword Soul. The opponent activates Pot of Duality. They are playing Floowandereeze. Player activates Artifact Lancia. Good counter to Floowandereeze. Cards cannot be banished this turn, but player will chain Floowandereeze and the Advent of Adventure, pitching Floowandereeze and Eaglin, but they will be hit with an Ash Blossom on the Floowandereeze. Lancia now resolves. Player activates Magnificent Map and passes. Sword Soul player's turn. They draw Lightning Storm. Activate Sacred Summit. Taya summons itself back to the field. Taya will then banish the Sacred Summit to summon a token. Taya and token will sync together for a Psy-Frame Lord Omega. Taya will send away Tenny Spirit Adhara. Chishao and the Omega are going to make Draglubion, who will then summon Numeron Dragon. Nimron Dragon will bump its stats up to 9,000 and swing direct for game. An unexpected line of play from a Sword Soul player. Now we have a Blue Eyes player. Their opponent summons Fairy Tale Luna, who adds a familiar possessed Dark to hand. Then they set one and pass. Blue Eyes player draws Monster Reborn, activates Feather Duster to destroy the opponent's one back row, but they activate Possessed Partnership. They'll use this to summon familiar possessed Asuna. Sorry, Asa. They'll summon the White Stone of Legend and link it off for a Linkuriboh. White Stone will activate its effect, adding a Blue Eyes to hand. Nebula Dragon will reveal itself and Blue Eyes to summon both. Then the two are going to overlay for Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Cypher Dragon is going to go a step further and overlay into Galaxy Eyes Cypher Blade Dragon. Blade Dragon will detach unit to pop Asa. Then they activate Monster Reborn to revive the Blue Eyes that detached as material. Moving into battle phase, Blade attempts to swing over Luna, but Luna will bounce both. Then Blue Eyes will swing direct for 3,000 and Linkuriboh for 300. Blue Eyes player does not have much more gas in the tank from where I'm standing. The opponent activates Awakening of the Possessed and summons Luna. Luna's effect is going to add a card. Adds Familiar Possessed Hida. Awakening of the Possessed will allow them to draw one, because a monster with 1850 attack was normal or special summoned. The player will activate Monster Reborn, targeting their opponent's grave, summoning the Cypher Dragon. It gains stats due to the effect of Awakening of the Possessed. So Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon is stronger than Blue Eyes is right now. Luna attempts to swing over Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh will tribute itself to make her stats 0. Then the Cypher Dragon will swing over Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes player is in a bad way here. The opponent sets one more back row and passes. Summons White Stone of Ancients and uses Linkuriboh's effect to tribute the White Stone to summon Linkuriboh back. The opponent will activate Max C, which will resolve. Player activates Chaos Form, banishing the Blue Eyes from their graveyard to summon the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon they drew off the top. Moving into battle, Chaos Max swings over the Blade Dragon, and then they will pass turn. During the end phase, the White Stone of Ancients will attempt to activate its effect, but the opponent will activate Called by the Grave in response. Called by resolves, the White Stone is banished and its effect does not resolve. Luna will bounce herself and Linkuriboh because I believe Max Dragon is unaffected, cannot be targeted by card effects, and cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Player summons Luna, and she will add a card, and Awakening the Possessed will allow them to draw one. Player activates Fairy Tale Tales, revealing the familiar possessed Winda in their hand. She's immediately normal summoned. Then they will special summon the possessed Rasen Ryu by sending the monsters to the graveyard. Rasen Ryu bounces one card the opponent controls to the hand, non-targeting. Rasen Ryu will swing direct with 23. Blue Eyes player has one card off the top and a ritual monster they can't summon. They draw Fallen of Albaz, which they summon, and they cannot fuse with anything. The opponent turn will happen. They still activate Spirit Charmers. Activating Spirit Charmers, discarding Harpy's Feather Duster. But first, I had summoned Familiar Possessed Dark. Awaken of the Possessed will activate, allowing them to draw a card, and they are able to set Possessed Partnerships. Fairy Tale Tales will allow them to reveal and summon Hida, and they activate another Awakening of the Possessed. Their monsters are looking pretty stacked. They swing with their monsters over the Blue Eyes player. Nice to see two off-meta decks going against each other. Hell, I gotta go. Alright. Apologies for the shorter watch and learn. Events that were out of my control forced my hand. I'm doing the best I can. I appreciate your understanding in these dire times. That is going to be the end of this video. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you catch the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye.